Cool. Cool, 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 cool. We want that one. And here we want a check. Bloop, 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 bloop. Double bloop. So that's how that works. I have no idea how this works. This is the first time using this. On value changed. Add a listener to toggle called toggle value changed, I guess. This is why I need good programmers. Because if I do something myself, the knowledge is just lacking sometimes. Even though I get most things to work and it's usually pretty optimized. But yeah, it be like that sometimes. Right, so what we want to do is we want to make it so that new players always get the tutorial pop-up. Because there's been a few cases where people say like, oh, this and that doesn't work in the game and I don't understand how it works. And then it turns out it was something that's actually already explained in the tutorial. So, you know, we're gonna give a nice little warning for everybody who wants to play. They can ignore it and they can not show it again, but at least they'll know they'll get a free ship frame and it's hopefully an extra incentive to just do the tutorial. Only takes a few minutes anyway. I usually skip tutorials myself as well, so I do understand how annoying it can be. But if we were to have like only a campaign, then we could just add the tutorial to the story, you know, make it integrated. But since we also have a few direct game modes, we can't really do that. Not unless we do a really big rework, I guess. So we have this. Let me switch headphones for a second. Because I live in a place where there's lots of children playing outside sometimes, unfortunately. Which also means I cannot hear anything and get distracted from work. Working on fixing that, but that won't go fast. There we go. And my Bluetooth headset is actually noise cancelling. It doesn't have a microphone, but at least it helps me focus. I have the other microphone right beneath me here, so it should still be audible. Right, so what's next? So we have this, we have the reference set here. We actually have an auto debug here. That is a wrapper written by a friend of mine that makes sure that these aren't actually executed during actual gameplay. But it's good for the main menu or in editor testing. Clear console, toggle off, toggle on, toggle off, toggle on, toggle off, toggle on. You know, this is the really good thing about ChatGPT. I lack a bunch of knowledge in terms of programming. And whenever I ask things on ChatGPT, it often already shows the correct way to do it, and it even optimizes some of it. It puts comments everywhere. So it's a great programming assistant. I don't use events often, but by using this right now, I know, okay, so I could actually just add an event listener. Because what I would usually do is just make this toggle, then write if-else checks for it. Like if toggle dot is selected or something. I don't know what the actual code would be, but that's how I would check it, and this is a lot cleaner. And you can just say like, oh no, I didn't mean it like that, I mean a toggle box that has been referenced via an exposed variable, and then it changes from what it was to this, so that's great. So now we know if this is toggled on or toggled off. What we now need to do is actually this could be a button. Maybe this should just be a button, because people can never toggle it on anyway. People can only toggle it off. So I think this should just be a button. So I'm just gonna take this entire thing, put that in here. Instead of an on-off toggle, please replace it with a button. The buttons only function. I will write the button functionality myself. See, that's a nice check. Ah, it actually does it for the on-click event as well. That's nice. Skip tutorial. Yeah, it's not entirely what I'm looking for, but it's damn close. Here we have this. Is that still the same? Yes. Toggle value change. That one is a new one. Skip tutorial one is a new. We already had that one actually. Add listener. Skip tutorial. No, it shouldn't do that. Maybe if this is a button. Let's rename this to toggle value change to button click. Don't remind me button. And then we're just going to write basically this. This doesn't need a boolean. This is what we're using to write the JSON. Campaign, mission irrelevant, no. We're going to use this instead. Actually, we're gonna write it like this. Write disable no longer hide tutorial pop up. On click. Ah, so I guess it's just on click. Yeah, okay, so on click it calls this one. And then maybe it should hide the button as well. Button dot set game object dot set active false. Yeah, so then it hides the button as well. If this is actually clicked, but we need to make it public so that we can actually assign it to the button. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. So people get this pop-up. 3D is complicated. Ignore recommendation. Play tutorial. And maybe a button underneath here. So let's duplicate this skip button. Don't show again. Don't remind me. That works. Position. Nope. The positioning is a bit weird here. Not sure why exactly. I think it's the text that's in there. We should actually copy the other button. Don't remind me, because I messed with the first one. Bloop. And bloop. And then we no longer need to toggle. But this button can be a little bit smaller, I think. So, you get a free ship ramp. Ignore recommendation, play tutorial, and don't remind me. We're gonna move this to the left. So like this. This makes sure that it stays anchored to the left side. So when the screen size changes, see, it will stick to the left. And whenever the players already played tutorial once, they will not see it anyway. Now we just need to set the reference. Don't remind me. Bloop, that's the button. So as soon as people click that button, it will disappear. And then they can still click ignore recommendation or play tutorial. So what we need to do now is we need to make sure that mission tutorial, campaign, mission tutorial, campaign, right, okay. What we need to do now is when the tutorial gets completed, I think that's the objectives checker. We don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this, not this, not this, and not this. Okay, how did I make this full screen? Nope, not F11, not this. Crap. Oh, it's a button, I guess. Cancel. Objective. Pipe script. Nope. Yep. Attack the enemy shipyard. Destroy the enemy shipyard. Yes. Ah. Right, Jason tutorial finished. There we go. Ah, there we go. I already wrote this section, it seems. I'm gonna make a note of this that says check if completing the tutorial prevents a pop-up. And also check if exiting the tutorial keeps the pop-up going. Okay, quick bathroom break. I'll be back in a second or two. I have returned. Add the don't show again to the JSON. We don't have to, because we're using this checker. And it also checks if it has... so it either checks if the tutorial has been played and or if it is disabled. Let's... Okay, so we haven't actually written this yet. Yeah. This is the pop-up checker, close remind me button. Ah. Okay, so if anyone clicks this button, then this will return true. Which means if someone asks, has the tutorial been disabled, then they'll get it true. Okay. We might need to set the functionality of the button. I think already set the reference. Yeah, already set the reference. Okay. Right, what are we missing? Are we logging if the tutorial has been done? Yes, we are. My apologies. It should pop up whenever people click on single player or multiplayer button. Okay. We already have that as well. Because we have these collapse menus, and if you click the multiplayer toggle, then it will show the multiplayer options, and in the multiplayer options we say okay. If they didn't disable it and haven't played the tutorial yet, then shut up. Alright, so this should be good, I think. I'm gonna mark these things as done on my notepad that I have here. Revert campaign select menu. I'm gonna do that last. So what I'm gonna do now is check if the tutorial keeps the pop-up showing. So let's check the file first. We have this quick save folder. I'm gonna remove this campaign thing to the campaign backup. Do it anyway. Keep both. Perfect. Okay. We're done with this panel, so we're going to set it inactive by default. It's this one. Bloop. So, let's play. We should now see the pop-up when it's done loading. There we go. We're gonna type "don't remind me," and we're gonna reboot the game to see if the "don't remind me" button works. It should now not show up. Perfect, that works. We can mark that as done. Now we're going to delete this file. Play again, and now it should show up again. And now we're going to ignore it. And then we're going to click single player, and then it should pop up again. Ignore. Yep. Single player. Ooh, now it should have popped up. What if I click multiplayer? It goes to a different menu. Ah, the variable hasn't been assigned. Interesting. For what? Tutorial checker. Okay, so we have the collapse menu here somewhere. Toggle menu. Ah, tutorial pop-up. That's one. Okay, save. Try again. It should pop up, then I'm gonna ignore it, then I'm gonna click single player, then it's gonna pop up. Yeah, gonna ignore it. Click single player, then it's gonna pop up again. Yep, I'm gonna ignore it. Okay, I'm gonna go back. It won't work for the multiplayer. Because this moves us to a different scene. So I can, like the pop-up will show, but then it will instantly change. Yeah, see? Yeah, this whole multiplayer toggle doesn't even do anything anymore. Because it opens the new scene right away. So let's actually look at the button. What happens when you click the button? Yeah, it goes to mp navigation dot multiplayer. Click multiplayer lobby. So what we want to do instead of going to this right away, we want it to first show the pop-up, if it has to. But I'm not sure how we can actually wrap around this, because this MP navigation, yeah, this just loads that scene. Actually, we can just move this to this collapse menus thing. So public void click multiplayer start. Click multiplayer from main menu. We need this reference. Yes. Okay. Not quite sure how to solve this just yet. If the tutorial has been played, If not been played and it hasn't been disabled, then show the tutorial pop-up. Yes, that's correct. It shows the multiplayer buttons, also correct. I'm not sure if they actually work. But, However, if that's not the case, then just load this. The problem is, if someone clicks on ignore here, then it will just hide the menu. This might actually be okay. This might actually be okay. So we have to change this. From this to collapse menus. Do we have that here? No. We have that here. And then we have to go click multiplayer toggle. Right. Let's see. If those old buttons still work, then we're done with this part. Ignore. Single player. Ignore. Back. Multiplayer. Ignore. What if we click host game? Where does it go? Okay. It actually does something here. It's not great though. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this doesn't actually work properly. This means that if people click the multiplayer toggle, they'll keep getting the pop-up if I just hide these. That means they are always forced to do the tutorial or disable it. How bad is that? I don't know. I don't know how bad it actually is. It's not the perfect solution. The perfect solution would be actually, yeah, okay, so we just need to change the host button. So we're not going to set this to active, but instead we're going to change the join button. Where's the join button? Multiplayer toggle, create room button, I think that's the one. Yeah, host game. Alright, so go to multiplayer button. Only shows up if tutorial pop-up is active. Okay, instead of create room, it will go to MP navigation, multiplayer lobby. And the other button is now hidden. So if we boot this up again, this should now work as intended. Ignore. Multiplayer. Ignore. Website? What's website? Oh, that's my website. Okay. No idea why that's there. Mods. What does this do currently? Okay, go back to main menu. Go back to this menu. Okay, multiplayer. Okay. Host game. This should now enter the multiplayer menu. Perfect. Alright. So this now works as it should. Ignore recommendation. Single player. Get a pop-up again. Ignore. Back. Single player. Don't remind me. Ignore. Oops. Ooh. Didn't I press ignore? I'm pretty sure I pressed ignore. Wait. That might be a bug. Let's see. Okay. Hey. Single player. Ignore. Back. Single player. Ignore. Back. Single player. Ah, don't remind me? And does it now? Or? Yeah, okay, so the don't remind me button is broken. It probably does two things. So we have this pop-up here. Don't remind me button here. Yeah, see? It opens the tutorial as well. So that was the mistake. Let's play. Bloop, 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 bloop. Ignore recommendation. For now. Then we click single player. Then we get it again. Ignore. Go back. Then I click single player. Then we get it again. And I click don't remind me. And ignore. And we go back. And then we click single player. Hey, now it shouldn't show up. So this is also a bug. How can I describe this? I already clicked ignore, but it still shows the pop-up. Go back, single player. Yeah, okay, so this shouldn't pop up anymore. Why is it popping up? Because it says the tutorial is unfinished. Let's check the toggle menu. Because maybe this or should be an end. So we click the single player toggle, hide multiplayer options, show single player options. If the tutorial has been played, wait, so if the tutorial has not been played, then it should show. That's correct. Ah. Now I'm a bit confused. Because we do have that file, right? Yeah. Has the player disabled that reminder? It shouldn't pop up. Tutorial unfinished. This one was called. And that returned false. So has the tutorial been played? If the answer is yes, then hide it. If the answer is no, then show it. That's working. What type of logs do we have here? No, that's not it. So this one returned true for some reason. What's the actual check here? It already writes this, yep. Then here it writes read mission tutorial, okay. Tutorial is finished, tutorial is unfinished, yeah. So this returns false. Which is actually correct, because it is false. This one should return true. Reminder's on, reminder's off. I didn't actually see that being logged. Hello, Nate. I'm just thinking out loud right now. Oops, I should delete this and start from scratch. Ah, nice. It's for consoles only, right? Let's see. I'm going to click don't remind me and ignore. Then I'm gonna clear the log, press single player. Yeah, and now it shouldn't pop up. But it got here. Oops. Tutorial's unfinished. Yeah, so that's good, right? Show single player options. Yeah, that's correct. Wait, so this one is causing the issue, I think. But why isn't it actually logging anything? That's weird. Ignore. Right? That's really weird. Am I doing it invertedly or something? Ah, yeah, I heard you can make great things in Ocarina. Sorry, Algor. No longer need this, so I'm gonna remove this. And in this toggle menu, I'm just gonna remove this. Let's see if this now actually works as intended. Is that to increase your health permanently, or? Okay. Click single player. Huh. So I did invert it. Tutorial is unfinished. Tutorial reminder is off. I'm so confused right now. I thought I did it correctly. Oh wait, no, of course. If the tutorial has already been played, which is false, then show the pop-up. And here as well, if the player has disabled... No, wait, if the player hasn't disabled the... Wait, if the player disabled the tutorial reminder, then it should show up. And the inverse is true. So okay, so now it should be good. Alright, so overcomplicating things for myself, but here we are. I'm deleting the save file. Pressing play again. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with the gameplay for that. Hey, why did this disappear? Oh, because I exited. Ah, so are the targets moving as well or stationary? So click this, go back, click this, click this, click this, go back, click this, there we go. And we can also click multiplayer. Yeah. So show multiplayer options. Interesting. Yeah, okay, so I just need to move this here. And I also need to move this here. Okay, this should hide the single player options. This should show this. Yeah, this is a bit weird as well. Yeah, sounds like a challenge nonetheless. So this hides the multiplayer options. Okay, which is fine. If multiplayer options. Yeah. If the tutorial has been played. Or oh man, I'm so confused. So if we click the show multiplayer options and the tutorial has been played, then I think it should just load this. Okay, but the tutorial has not been played. I'm confused because it is largely working as intended. As disabled tutorial reminder. You can tell that I slept very poorly last night. As player disabled. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of retries, man. I don't think many people get that in one go. Why am I making this so complicated? we click this. I don't even remember what I was currently checking. Ah, yeah, I remember, because there was this tiny pop-up now before you go to that menu, and we don't want that. Yeah, hope it helps, man. Some background monologues. Okay, so multiplayer. It's still like the issue we have right now is if we click the multiplayer, then people are going to get confused by that tiny little pop-up that you see right before you actually go there. Wait, what's it doing? Multiplayer. See? That tiny pop-up, and then skirmish host, main menu. People are gonna try to click that in the second that it freezes. So I don't want to show that at all. Okay, I gotta pee first anyway. Back in a sec. All right. Ah, it's the show multiplayer options thing. Ah, no, it just doesn't hide. We have the mods button here and the website button below, I think. That's this one. Yeah, and it's still showing that. Okay, so that's not actually an issue, I think. Yeah, we can keep it like this. Because people can't click that host button anyway. But maybe it just shouldn't hide all the other things when this happens. So people click this. Hide multiplayer options, hide single player options. Hide other buttons. Yeah, this we can, if we just comment this out, then now maybe it will make sense. That was probably the case. As long as the menu doesn't really change, we're good. It won't show any extra options anyway. Okay, I'm gonna delete this again. Try again. Three, two, one. Loading complete. Ignore. Single player. Don't remind me and ignore. Go back. Multiplayer. Ooh, what was that? It was still hiding something. What was it still hiding? Single player options, multiplayer option. Yeah, it should just not do any of those things. Public, void, click, multiplayer with tutorial in mind. We're just going to change this around so that this is now this. This is just some duplicate code at this point, really. Hide multiplayer options, if active self. Yeah, we don't have most of this, so we're just gonna remove that entirely. And just going to click this, handle multiplayer tutorial. Yeah, this should be it. This should work. I'm gonna remove this one again, and we're gonna click play. It's these really boring tasks that make people often quit game development projects because they take a lot of time, they're not fun to do, and then they get an idea for a new game and then they work on a new game. And then nothing ever gets finished. It's important to keep doing this. Ignore this. Click multiplayer. Then we get this. Ignore. Ooh, right. Okay, so I do need to go back to the way it just was. Because otherwise if people ignore this, then they get back to this menu. So they can't ignore it. So I have to reset it to what it just was. Unfortunately. So I'm just gonna stop hiding the other buttons, I think. Yep. Show multiplayer options, hide single player options, single player toggle. Yeah, I think the removing of these buttons are the issue. That makes it look weird. So I'm just gonna hide them like this. Am I gonna do this? Yeah. Because if the tutorial's already played, there's no difference anyway. So I'm gonna make this a bit bigger. I'm gonna delete this again. I'm gonna press play. And this only affects the multiplayer button anyway. The single player button is done. Alright, ignore. Click multiplayer. Ignore. Okay, this is not good. Did I save this? Yes, I did. Huh. Okay then. What if I just stop disabling this one? play again. And remove this button. File, I mean. Hello, Tungus and Hexa. What did I just do? Single player. Ignore. Go back. Multiplayer. Ignore. Ah, okay, so we do need to hide all those other things. I guess that's just the way it's gonna be. Also hide the other buttons. That also has to happen. And people will see briefly the mods and the website button when switching to multiplayer. Unless I hide them right now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hide them anyway. Crap. Didn't want to do this, but here we are. Other buttons, mods. Do we have a website button? Let's see. Collapse menus is here. Mods button. That's that one. Yep. And do we have the website button somewhere? Unlock chip, Discord button, the light, editor. Nope, we don't have the website button yet. Gonna add it right now. I'm gonna hide this button and this button. That's, yeah, okay. So now we're truly gonna hide all the other buttons. Mod set active, website, not set active, true. Delete this file again. Yeah, there's too few days in the week, man, Bregman. If I don't do Stellar Warfare stuff now, then nothing will happen until next Saturday. So, the things you do to pay the bills, I guess. Alright, so ignore this recommendation. Play single player. Don't remind me. Ignore again. Go back. Click multiplayer. Ah, good. Okay, so yeah, this is fine. I'm gonna go back to the main menu. Then all the buttons should be there again. Yes. Click single player. Yes. Okay. That now works as intended, so I have everything regarding tutorial stuff should now work. I'm gonna delete this again. I'm gonna play again. I'm gonna click don't show again right away, and then click single player to see if that works. Don't remind me. Ignore. Single player. Yep, works as intended. So I'm gonna remove it again. Then we're gonna play. We're gonna go into the tutorial. Then we're going back to the main menu and we should get the pop-up again. So ignore, quick tutorial, click, click, click. It's now booting up. And then we're gonna manually go back without finishing the tutorial, and it should show up again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downloading. I said downloading. Done now? Done? This is taking too long. There we go. Yep, now we're gonna exit this like this. Leave game. Oh, oops. Yeah, now we end up back in the main menu. Yep, and we get this again. Nice, okay. Ignore again. Start the tutorial again. And now we're just going to kill the enemy shipyard. And then when we go back to the main menu, it will no longer show that tutorial pop-up, which means that we are now done. MP shipyards, this is ours. See? This is the enemy one. And it has a terrible accident with -1 health now. Oh no. Tutorial completed. And now we're gonna click back to main menu. Bloop. Bloop. And now we should not get a pop-up. Bingo, bango, bongo. Everything done works as intended. The question now is, will I work on the super weapon or on dodging? Or make some food? Why not both? Yeah, I'll check that out in a second. Alright. I'll be back in a bit. I'll put up a video for now. But I'll be back in like 5 minutes. I need some food. I have returned. Oh, I thought I was done, but I'm not. Because I still need to revert the campaign menu. Okay. Here we have these things. Okay, one should always be interactable. We could actually just go back to the way it was earlier. I don't want to look up that file. Okay, if mission 2 is done, show button 3. If mission 1 is done, show button 2. This one. Okay. If the tutorial is done, then show mission 1. That's all nice and dandy. However, we are gonna remove this from here. So it just needs to be on by default. This should be done really quickly. So what we're gonna do is remove this. We're gonna go here. And we're gonna set this to interactable. Delete the campaign. Saves, press play. And if we can start mission 1, then all works as intended. Okay. Hey. Corvette. Go here, go back. Yep. Go to 200, 0. See now, like here. Like 400. Oh no, more like minus 200. Okay, he should now complete the mission. And now when we go back to the menu, we should be able to click button 2, mission 2. And if so, then we're done. And we can now do mission 2. Perfect. Alright, so done with this. Reverted paint. Now what we need to do is inform everyone of what has been done. Bloop. Bloop. And here we are. Change the tutorial. When you boot up the game for the first time, you now get a pop-up asking you to boot the tutorial and reminding you that there is free loot in the first mission. You can then ignore that message, or you can play the tutorial. You can also say, don't show this again. If you click don't show again, you will never see it again. If you click play tutorial, then after winning the tutorial, you will never see it again. If you click ignore a recommendation, then you will see this warning every time you click the single player or multiplayer button. I have reverted the campaign mission select to what it was, since we now have the pop-up, etc. way before people even get into that menu. Okay, was a bit tricky, but we're done. Done and done. Yeah, lots of stuff. Most of it can't even be closed because I'm working with most of that. If you accidentally click don't show this again, then there's still... Oh, actually I'll just type as I say that. If you actually accidentally click don't show this again, then you will still be able to do the tutorial by clicking on the quick tutorial button in the main menu. So it's not like you'll never be able to do the tutorial again. Yeah. This is all just to prevent people asking questions that are clearly answered in the tutorial, because that happens a lot, and I'm one of the people who actually will encounter things like that, because I think, oh yeah, I played a million RTS games, I don't need a tutorial, I know how it all works. But since it's 3D space, it's, you know, pretty important that you know at least a few of the buttons specific to this game, and it's only a 5-minute tutorial, so yeah, exactly. Luckily, I didn't remove the button that there already was. I just added some new pop-ups and reminders. Next up, I think super weapon. Or dodge behavior. But I think Atrix did a bunch of changes to the move script, so it might take me some time to get in here to figure out how everything works again. Hello, Alan. Welcome to the stream of me eating and doing game development. Okay, should be an update function here somewhere. Halt, clamp speed, accelerate, decelerate. I never understood this either. Please explain to me what this is and how it works. Well, right now I'm adding extra features to Stellar Warfare. It's basically a space RTS game inspired by Homeworld. That about sums it up. Let's see. Support structures, yep, deal maker, there we go. There's no build effect on it, so I'm gonna add that to the to-do list. Add build effect for the event maker. And it should show up here now when it's done. Ready for launch, yep. Click on this, click on that. It launches, but it destroys the building itself because, you know. Probably needs an effect or two later on. As a hobby or as like a full-time study? Oop. Well, that destroyed half the shipyard, but it was shielded and there's no other buildings in the area, so we might tweak that. Or we might just ram our big ship into it. So you want to do game development on the side or learn about it on the side? Did I ram it? No, I don't think I did. It just got destroyed. Perfect. Oh, you just wanna, you're gonna quit your job, then do it full time? This dodge behavior I want to use. Let's check the current document for it. Okay. We can either work on a space ballet type of thing where units fly in certain patterns, or work on finishing the super weapon. What will we have to do for each? I think here we have this dodge functionality and we have this temporary position. What we could do is public vector 3 new ballet position. This is a position that gets updated every time it gets reached, and it will pick a random spot around an enemy ship within weapons range. So basically how this is going to work is we have our ship, we have an enemy ship, we ask our ship to attack the enemy ship, but rather than entering weapons range and then not moving and just shooting from here, instead of that we are going to pick a position within weapons range. Let's assume this is the weapons range that the ship has. Then we're going to pick a new position within this circle. So it might pick this position, so then it will just move there, and once it reaches it, it will pick a new position, which could be here, which could be here, which could be here. Actually, it's probably better to make it like a circle type thing. So maybe it should always find a new position like in an angle. Like here, 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 so that it, you know, becomes roughly a circle that the ship moves in. Or we just give it a random type of rotation, or we just basically make it move within weapons range, like here. Then give it a random rotation to circle to the left, for instance. And then when it reaches this area, or exits half of weapons range, so more like this, then pick another angle, like so. But that won't look great. I think the best thing is if they could just circle it somehow. Nice, man, good job. Didn't take you too long. About 3 years. 3.5 years maybe. And I think I put about 4,000 hours in so far. Maybe more, maybe less, I don't know. But it's a lot. Making games, not easy, takes a lot of time. I've been spending 2 days per week working on something else though. You know, because I have to, and multiple business related reasons, because I'm poor and I need to pay rent. But that one is progressing quite quickly. That's this one. basically a city builder. And on this one I only spent 10 days so far. Completely different than this one, but it'd be like that sometimes. I'm thinking of what the homeworld space ballet, how that actually works. Maybe we can do it like, okay, we have this circle, then we're gonna pick a random spot here, or in whatever angle. This is 3D, so it could also be below or to the right, or depends on the angle. But pick a random spot within the weapons range, then enter weapons range, then as soon as you're in weapons range, go there. But instead of a straight line, we can make it like a random arc. And we probably need ChatGPT for this. Because how can we describe this? We have one vector position, vector 1, vector 2, and we don't want it to go in a straight line. We want the ship to move in somewhat of an arc. Maybe we don't even want to do it like this. Maybe we want to go behind the ship so that the arc's more like this. But then you might run into enemy defenses, so people will not likely turn that on. I think if this is the original point that you came from, then it would be best to keep everything in this area. But we don't want straight lines. Don't we? Yeah, because this move will look quite boring, and then it will angle, and then it will move in another straight line. But this angle will be quite steep, more like this. And then it will go like this. So I'm not sure how that will look. But we can try it. I think this should already look a lot more dynamic if we do it like this. Yeah. Okay, so let's do that. I don't know what AOA is, man. Angle of attack. Well, yeah, but the ships already rotate properly, and this is completely optional. You don't have to actually set your ship to this stance. So we have the stamp position, and we have dodge here somewhere. Dodge, 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 dodge. Dodge, yeah. So instead of just a dodge, we're also going to... all of this is dodge. We're gonna change this to space ballet. Like I think Atrix wrote this, and I have no idea what this actually does. Like, I wrote the original script, but so much of this has been rewritten. And I do admit that it's a lot better because of how it lines up and everything. But that doesn't mean that this is easy for me to understand at all. Let's see. If in range of something, where do we do that? Here. Yeah. I think we just need to check if there's actually a weapon target. Okay, I'm gonna save this for now. I'm gonna play this, and I'm gonna move our Corvette right next to the enemy, and then we'll see if any targets are set, and then we can just use that. We don't have to overcomplicate things. So we click this, we make a radar, click boost. Now we have the radar, and we're going to move it to this location, which is next to the enemy. Now I'm gonna pause it. We're gonna go to the move script that's here somewhere. Do we have a target? Could be in the unit properties script. PV, health component, ship less damaged, ship target. There we go. Ship targets. Here. So this is what it's firing at. Looks about right. Yeah, we don't need all of this. These are the feelers. We don't need that either. This is for dodging. We don't need that either, because that's all being handled by the dodge. So ballet position. That's what we're trying to set here. And I wonder. Public game object target to ballet around equals null. Public float ballet update timer is null. 0. We're going to do this. So every 5 seconds it can move to a new spot, or do a new check at least. And then we're gonna get the target, which is get component, unit properties. What was it called again? Target. Ship target. Yeah. Dot. The ship target is actually in the impact point, so we need 2 levels up. Dot transform. Dot parent. Dot transform. Dot parent. Okay, so this is the actual impact point. This is the impact point subfolder. This is the actual parent game object. This is what we need. That's this. It takes an impact point, then it takes that parent, which is the impact folder, then it takes that parent, which is the game object prefab. We're first going to check if it actually exists. If it does, I'm not actually sure why I'm setting this. Equals min weapons, min distance to keep. Let's run it again. Only update the below if the reference has changed? Question mark. Because we don't want this to be too inefficient, because we'll have hundreds of ships. Or at least a lot. Open this, create this, build. Move the end to here. Pause the game. Min distance to keep. That's different than the shortest turret range, yeah. We need the shortest turret range instead. Actually, don't we already have the unit properties reference here? I can imagine that we need that quite often. Yeah, see? Oh no. Like, this is the type of stuff, if you're not a great programmer and another programmer has written this, no idea what that is. This is just to mark that it's private, okay? If this hasn't been set, then get the component. Ah, okay, I get what this is now. It's just I usually keep this notation, and some programmers like to put everything in one line. But basically, it just checks if the reference has been set or not. So this one is supposed to be set. So we can just use this. Probably. Yep. And then we can use this. And then we can use this. That min distance. Third. Min. Lowest. Range. Shortest. There we go. Let's change it a bit so that ChatGPT actually understands. Factor 3 test equals factor 3.0. Okay. And now we're going to ask ChatGPT to change this. So we have this, and what we want from it is please pick a new value for vector 3 test. This value should be based on target to ballet around position as the starting point. It should be within 80%, should be at 80% of value in a random direction. So basically take the target, then pick a random spot around it within 80% of the shortest third distance. Okay, let's see what it actually makes from this. Random direction on unit sphere. Oh, nice. I didn't know that was a function. This is why I love ChatGPT. That's great. Love it. If there's a ship target, get that target. Then we're setting this, yep, but instead we're setting this. So it will now pick a new position. Okay. If bool do ballet is true, set new when reached the old one or vector 3 if bool do ballet is false, then set it to vector right away. Don't do anything if vector puberty. Yeah. It's a bit of what do you call it? The effort reward ratio has to be good. What's the stamp position for it? Are we setting anything new here? No. What the fuck? I mean, what the darn dog? Are we returning anything here? I have no idea what this does. So now we're just getting dodge directions. Oh, okay, we're still using 10 position. Alright, that's fine. Ah, he already used his unit sphere, that's also nice. This prevents the permanent dodge. Okay. I think we should always dodge. Wait, where's the target position? Where's the actual move? Raycast, prevent, outside of map, move near enemy or friend. All of that is nope. Move markers. Clicked on target. Do we even still have a target position, or what's going on here? Move to neutral. Move to selected unit. I don't understand what this is. Oh, I do understand what this is. Ah, okay, so we do have the target position. Okay. Dodge position, target position, yeah. Here we're doing all of the moving. So here we also need to do a check. Because we have this target position. This is a bit more complicated than I thought. Rotate to destination. Okay, so here we have the target position. It should get the dodge position first. Ballet position. And maybe it should only start the ballet when already in weapons range. Maybe only choose a new ballet position if already in weapons range. I'm pretty sure of this. Target to ballet around, yes. Shortest turret range, yeah, we can remove this. Yes. If vector 3 distance, target to ballet around top transform, that's a regular transform, smaller than UP dot min shortest third range. Yep. Only would help if we're actually using positions. Okay, so now it will only start the space ballet when we're in the minimum range. Otherwise it will start doing weird tricks when not even firing yet. And it does make sense to first make sure that you're inside the circle. So let's say this is the ship. This is the target. This is the minimum weapons range of this. So now it will go here, and then as soon as it gets inside weapons range, it will pick a new one here and go there. Then pick a new area here, then go there, then here. Unless it's toggled off, of course. And ideally we also want to move it a bit in a bit of an arc. Oh, no worries, man. Thanks for stopping by, and sleep well. Yeah, and if we're no longer inside the smallest weapon range, then set this to vector 3, 0. So it updates every 5 seconds. Most of this it already uses. This it can just read. It checks the distance. Picks a random direction on the sphere. Perfect. Let's see if this actually works. If spawn is cleared, do space ballet. Do dodge and do space ballet. Alright. And here we check. Okay, are we dodging? No. Then do the space ballet thing. Let's just try it out. Thanks, man. See you later. Bloom, 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 bloom. Alright, so we're gonna spawn this dude. This guy person. We now have a Corvette. I think we're gonna make it a bit faster as well. There we go. Gonna make the max speed 200. Yep, it's speeding up. Target position, 10 position. You have no ballet position currently. Oh, and I'm gonna give you a lot more health. So your health is going to be a lot basically. And yeah, now I'm gonna move you to like 200. Let's see what you're actually doing. Okay, it's picking new ballet positions, that's good. It might be a bit too fast actually. I'm gonna lower the speed again because this is a bit confusing. But I am going to make the enemies slower. So we're gonna go to the speed somewhere. Over the rainbow. Max speed. You're now 50 speed. And the enemy surveyor, stinger, patroller, stinger, ant, patroller, and the other ant. All of you are going to be super slow now. Max speed, your max speed is going to be 5. What's this actually doing? Crap. I think I broke it somehow. Yeah, I think I messed up the speed here. Distance to close, acceleration. Speed. Okay, speed can be 100. I don't think it's ever updating the position to move to, is it? Is it just gonna go in circles here? Yeah, looks like it. Okay, so what we also need to do is make sure that when it actually reaches the destination that it picks a new one. Ballet. If within third range, yes. Wait. Right, so thanks, man. So the question is, why didn't it pick a new target just now? New ballet position. Yeah, it's gonna be quite frustrating as well, but it also has a lot of upsides. But you're gonna be stuck on a lot of things often. And basically the more time you put into it, the better you become at it, so as long as you're willing to put in time, you're gonna get better. Which is which is the same for everything in life. Okay, so maybe it wasn't within that range anymore. No, then it should become 0, so I don't know why that actually happened. Auto debug.log, picking new ballet position. Okay, and now I just wanna do this, do this, write this like so. And we just need to check if the distance between new ballet position and transfer position is smaller than, let's say 40. Is that okay distance? No, 60? No, 40. Yeah. Then just pick a new direction. Yeah, do you want to go more to the art side or the programming side? For both areas, I can highly recommend to just try to be the best. Try to be the best in your class. And I'm not saying, you know, you should succeed there in order to get a job, but it's the best guarantee you have. If you're better than your peers, then yeah. Then the chances of you getting a job are a lot better. You want to work for a big game studio or a small one, or doesn't really matter? Oh yeah, then you can just start doing tutorials right now if you want. What I don't understand is why wasn't it getting a new position? Let's make a separate function for this actually. Private void get new ballet position. Destination. And bloop. you really wanna, get a head start, and I can highly recommend just doing tutorials for programming basics. Learn what a variable is, learn what a loop is. And then from there on, just start doing tutorials for simple games. That's always good. Okay, we have these ants. Gonna increase their health by a lot. And then we're gonna teleport them all to like 600 range. Oh yeah, Code Academy, a lot of people recommend that. Okay, is it moving here? What's it actually doing? Let's get a few bigger ships on as well. Repair cruiser? No. Yeah. Let's get 4, 5, 6 of these. And let's pimp the enemy shipyard so that it doesn't die as quickly. 0, 0, 0, 0. 0, 0, 0, 0. I wonder if these actually update these positions. I mean, they're stuck in ballet mode right now. Yeah, we have these bountifuls. Here, you guys are gonna get some bonus health as well. Did I or did I not pimp the shipyards? I did. Now we're gonna take all of these. And we're going to move them to 600. Maybe copy a few of my ants. Is this one mine or not? Looks like it, so let's make a bunch more of those. Problem is, all these ants are a little bit too small. Can I just take all of these and make them like a bunch bigger? Yeah. Dude, it's what we've been waiting on for a while, and I decided to just do it myself. FPS is kind of low, but guess what it is? It's automatic dodging behavior. I'm sort of out of time for today. Well, not really, but I have some other things to do as well. But the basics are there. I can show you in a second how I made it and how it's supposed to work. Desktop. Yeah, I'm making GIF in the meantime. So basically you know how the dodge behavior works from the top of your head probably, right? Yeah. So how the dodge works is, okay, you hit an object in front of you with a feeler, like a raycast, and then it just picks a new position in front of it and to the right, or in front of it and to the left, or whatever. It's a temporary position called dodge position, and then it moves the ship there. And if the ship reaches that dodge position, then it continues along the normal route. So it's not pathfinding, but it's literally just a vector tree that gets a temporary dodge position, which works in almost all cases for us, which is great. For the space ballet, I basically make the same thing. So what happens is you have your ship, you have the enemy ship. Your ship has a certain range, so let's say this is the range at which the ship can start attacking the target. So what it then does is, as soon as it reaches this range, then it picks a new random position within 80% of minimum weapons range around this target. So this is then basically everything inside the circle means that you can hit this target. So what it does is it picks a new position inside here at 80% distance. So it picks a new position here, so that we have some leeway here. So then it picks this position, and then it moves. As soon as it comes here, it moves to this position. As soon as it reaches that, it picks this one and it moves to this position. And then it moves to another random position, which could be here, so that it goes back here, and then it goes back here. So that's how it currently works. The angles are kind of steep, and it would be better if instead of a straight line we could make like a small arc. But yeah, this is how it works, and this ensures that the ships just go like this in all directions. I want to make it a toggle for each ship, like loose position and tight position. But for now I just have this basic functionality in. Space Ballet, every 5 seconds it can choose to update, or if the distance is at the new position. Yeah, me too. But Nicholas already used that for the AI as well, that they attack in an arc, so I don't know. Getting a new position works like this, like I just said. Find the target based on the unit property ship target. Pick a distance, or if you're within weapons range already, I mean. then pick a random area around the target ship and make that the new ballet position. And just whenever you reach that position, reset it again. So it's fairly basic, and we do need a few more checks, like only work if toggle ballet is on. Oops, I shouldn't have saved this. But yeah, we're getting there. And I already fixed the tutorial thing as well, and I'm wondering if I should upload that to Steam, or if you and Atrix want to test that first, or you and Brackman, or whoever. Yeah. I think we should disable it for big ships. Shouldn't we? Nah, actually for big ships it's fine too. It just needs a bit of tweaking. But it does work, yeah. Let's say we have a cutter. Yeah. Then we make 10 cutters. Oh, yeah, so it's on by default, I think. I have no idea where they're currently going. Oh, it's currently at 0, 0, 0. So they're currently going to the center of the map, because this one takes priority. So if I make this minus 650, then it probably goes there. Ah, see? They're in range, and one already starts deviating from the target. And now this, I don't know what he's now doing. And we have a null reference exception, which is obviously bad. So we're gonna put this at 650, pause it for a second, take the enemy shipyards and make that the target. Enemy shipyards. This is ours, this is the enemy's. So yeah, okay, I have no idea why they're doing this currently. Okay. Well, they're not in minimum range. 650. Oops. 650, I mean. Pause. They're now all here. Yeah, I'm done for today in like 10 minutes. If you want to pick off where I left off, then that's fine. It's on this branch. Because I think I will not have any more time for this until next week probably. Then again, I might work on it later, and if I do, I'll send you a message on Discord so that we don't get into each other's way. No, thank you, man. Alright, new ballet position, 0, 0, 0. And where's the timer? Ballet update timer. Let's put that to 0 as well. New tick. See, it's doing something. All right. Alright. Started on ship dodging for space ballet. Yep. Then all I have to do here is crop this video. I'm doing that on the second screen. Mute the video. Download the video. And turn the video into a GIF. Start position. End position. Convert to GIF. Where's the GIF? Okay, and I think I updated everyone now on this. I did all my checks for today. I do have a to-do list left here, which is this, which either I will be working on next or Alcor. This one is optional, that's just an idea. Add build effect for the unmaker, because currently building the building doesn't show an effect. Hide the icon until it's fully built. Dissolve effect. Fix launcher not scaling. Implement glare shield when camera too far. Double lightning effect speed. Siren alarm. Yeah, okay. So these are all those things. Yeah, that's it for the stream then, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bloop. Oh yeah, and if you want to support the project, go to patreon.com/10games and you get some cool rewards as well. Or, you know, just go to the YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube, because that helps a bunch as well.